Okay. So thank you for everyone that is around. If anyone is around, welcome to my live. It's been a very long time since I went live. So let's see how this goes. But what I wanted to do today was I wanted to talk about Mattel and how their layoffs that they did, that they announced, are going to affect doll collectors. And so today, when I opened up my notices, I saw that Mattel had laid off 120 workers in the El Segundo headquarters. And so, how is that going to affect the pricing? And how is that going to affect production? And so, I was reading over a couple of articles and I saw that they were going to be cutting positions in marketing, in design and IT, as well as they were going to be letting go managers, directors, and vice presidents as well. And so, with all of that being said, hey, TikTok, thanks for joining. And so, here we are. Just really quick, want to go over again that we are talking about Mattel layoffs and how those layoffs are going to be affecting doll collectors. And so, with that, we're going to be live on YouTube as well. And so, continuing on, it's 120 employees altogether, and that's going to include directors, managers, vice presidents, and these are individuals that are going to be in IT and design and production, as well as in marketing. And so they just had some layoffs that they did back in 2023. They had let go about 91 individuals, and that was a big layoff for them. So to have to circle back around and lay people off again this year to try to save their bottom line, it can be a little bit of alarming. So they did put in a warn notice because in California, companies are required to submit a what's called a warn notice. And so with the warn notice, they give you 60 days letting you know when you're going to be laid off. That way it just doesn't hit you out of nowhere. And it gives you some time to reevaluate what your action steps are going to be. And it also gives you an opportunity to re-strategize where you're going to get a job at, where you can find other areas within the toy industry that you can parlay your giftings. Now, they're cutting back on these employees because they're trying to save $200 million by next year. And one of the ways that they're looking at saving that money as well and bringing in some new money is they're talking about doing more movies. So Mattel, they did get their license back from DC. And by getting the license back from DC, they're going to be doing some more. They'll be able to do like Superman and more Spider-Man, and they'll take over production of pretty much DC Comics. And they're thinking that that's going to bring in more money because what Mattel noticed last year, what they noticed last year was that doll collectors saved them. So it was the adult doll collectors that were buying the $100 and $150 dolls. And just like when Aaliyah came out in January, she was $55. And your average mom isn't going to spend $55 on a doll that their little girl is going to play with. So they do have, of course, cheaper dolls that are between $10 and $15, but they have a whole lot more of like Mattel creation dolls. And so it's the doll collectors that are spending the big bucks and is helping to save them. And I think that's what played a role in the latest Barbie basics that came out, especially the Barbie basics kit. They sent them out 2 weeks earlier because they said they weren't going to send them out till April the 4th or no later than April the 4th, but they went out yesterday. And so I should be getting mine tomorrow. With the Barbie basics kits, you get to customize your dolls. And that's what we do as doll collectors. There's a segment of us that like to customize our dolls. And so we'll take the heads off, and there's different methods for doing that. So they made the doll with a different head peg that's easier for you to interchange the dolls with. And then they also turned around and made 3 different bodies, 3 different heads, 3 different wigs. So you can really interchange them around and make the doll that you want and customize it to how you want it. Most moms aren't going to buy those $100 kits for their little girls. So Mattel is going to be leaning heavily on not just Barbie collectors, but they're going to be looking at the other characters and storylines that they do, like He-Man and Masters of the Universe. And then, like I said, with DC Comics coming in, and then they're also looking at doing some more movies. So this is going to change the pricing. I definitely think so. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. And so I'm a little concerned because I'm a Barbie collector. And so, I have several nieces. I got like 10 nieces. And so we're all into Barbie. So I'm hoping that also the tariffs don't make too big of a difference. They are a little bit concerned about that though, because Mattel, they do have like 80% of their production take place in China. And so they're looking at breaking that down to 40% by the end of this year. And so those tariff costs are going to get passed on to the consumer in the toy industry as well. And so the CFO, he said that he's pretty much looking at mitigating the costs, which means that they're going to share it and pass the buck over to the consumer, and they're going to be increasing the pricing. So Barbie's signature, that those lines are going to definitely hit us. So I won't be surprised if some of those dolls don't go up to like 150, the dolls that are at 100 right now. And hi, Derek, and hi, Christina, and hi, Teresa, and hi, Percy. And thank you for joining. And hey, T. And so this is my first little live on TikTok too. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I really wanted to talk about how the layoffs and the tariffs, like they are affecting everything from our biggest concerns, which would be housing, cars, groceries, utilities, all the way down to the little basic things that we have to do with kids. And so with that being said, even our little passions are being affected. But hopefully we'll be able to make it through. I know that we have several subcategories within the doll collecting segment where people make one-of-a-kind dolls and sell them on the market. And so there'll be different opportunities. But I think that Mattel should really consider bringing some of that manufacturing home. I think that would be good for the economy, and it would open up more opportunities for individuals that are interested in the toy industry. So that was just my little viewpoint on it. I just want to talk about it a little bit. And so I want to thank everybody for stopping by and joining me for my first little live. And I'll come back again. Everybody have a blessed day. Yay. Okay, YouTube. And I want to thank YouTube as well for coming and checking out my live. And so if you have any comments or anything that you would like to, oh wait, Dollhouse Curator. Hey, thank you for stopping in. It says, love those kids, ordered all three. But I suspect the folks that ordered all three will get them later because of the 425 date on the number 2 kit. I'm curious. I ordered kit number 1. And so with kit number 1, I was surprised. I like got a notice that I had a package coming from FedEx, and I'm thinking, I haven't ordered anything, and I wasn't expecting to get it until April. So I figured that it said it would be sent out by April the 4th. And then to get the notice today that it already been shipped out and that it'll be here tomorrow, I was like, okay, well, that's dope. So, oh, thank you. I was thinking about that today because I was just like, we spend a lot of money. All the little bits, it all adds up. And so I was wondering if anybody was going to talk about it today. I've been excited. I'm new to the doll creating collector industry. And so I've been collecting Barbie dolls as an adult. for about 5 years sporadically. My niece, Janaya, she knows that I love Barbie. And so she bought me a Barbie doll for my 45th birthday. And so that kind of kicked off me collecting Barbies. But I'm going to be honest and say that I was collecting Barbie on the low and I was keeping it to myself. And I was kind of embarrassed to say anything about it because I didn't want people to make fun of me and say that I was just being a big kid. But at work, they call me Barbie. This little hoodie I got on, this little Barbie hoodie. My friend Valerie from work, she got it personalized for me, but she bought me this little Barbie hoodie last year. She's so sweet. And so like I love Barbie. It's exciting. I love fashion. I love shopping. I love making things and making clothes. And I love getting dressed up. Um, Even if I don't have nowhere to go, not every day, but just have those days where it's just fun. And so I like to find the good things in life and be happy. And Barbie is one of the things that I've always been able to express happiness through. So I had a friend who at work, he's a dog collector. And so, he is very quiet. And so he asked me if I was interested in vintage dolls, and he shared some information with me. And I'm a big, and I said, okay, okay, okay. And I am going to embrace it because it was so dope to have somebody come and talk to me about Barbie. And then I'm a real big 50s and 60s girl. And so being that he was into vintage and sharing that vintage fashion plus Barbie is like, boom, 2-in-1 is like super dope. So he told me about a Barbie club here in Fresno. And I was just like, wow. And he invited me to come be a part of that community. And so from there, I just really started letting Barbie out more and more and doing more with Barbie events. Like Saturday, the tour bus is going to be here and I'm going to go live from there. And and then I found out that another co-worker, she collects Barbie dolls. And so we all were keeping this secret of Barbie. And so we share it amongst ourselves. And I respect the gentleman that asked me not to tell anybody because he doesn't want to deal with the pushback, which I think is so stupid. I don't understand why is so much stigma behind liking Barbie. I don't understand it. I don't get it because men and women can really relieve a lot of stress. We siphon some of our creativity as we become adults. And so whatever your passion is, whatever your hobby is, whatever avenue you find, you should be free to just express that and let that creativity out. And it's a great place for me to make patterns and sew, not just for myself, but I mean, when you're doing samples, you're thinking about, Barbie and stuff. I know I am. And so they're a great little model to use when you're putting together ideas for dresses and draping fabric and stuff and not having to use a whole bunch. And like my mama taught me how to sew with Barbie, so she's always been a part of it. But I really started looking at like this one website, the Layoff, and there were employees from Mattel that were talking about the layoff, and it was so sad. They're really going to be dependent on doll collectors to hold them down and they were talking about how like they were losing a lot of creativity. One of the managers was saying how like another person on their team was laid off that brings a level of creative and ingenuity that they depend on. And now they're going to have to do that particular portion of what that person was doing of the workload. And even though they can do the work, they just don't bring the same level of expertise that this person brings. And so with so many people talking about how creative individuals are being let loose, and some of the campaigns they're really not filling, and some of the dolls they're not filling. One of them they threw out, he was very sarcastic when he said, and who wanted to get a blind doll with a walking dog, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, someone that was trying to be inclusive. But I understood what he said, because when you do go down the aisle, you do see that there's certain dolls that just don't get touched at all, which is kind of sad. Let's see, agree totally. Yes. It does help increase in other areas. Like, I'm in the process of relocating, and in that relocation, I am going to share that journey with you, everybody as well. But, you know, playing with those miniatures and doing those little dioramas is almost like putting together a little tiny home. And so for me, I've been able to get some good ideas with exactly how I want my craft room laid out and how I want my home laid out. And it's helped me downsize some instead of wanting bigger and always wanting big. This what rooms am I really going to use? What how much space am I really going to use? Who needs the most space? And what's crazy is my craft room is really what I need. My craft room and my bedroom and my bathroom and a kitchen. And I just need a small living room because I don't have a lot of company in the house. Like, I'll go visit, but when people come by, they always end up in the craft room. So anyway, yeah, the Mattel is shook from these layoffs. They really are. Mattel is shook. And so it's going to be really interesting to see, because right now we're at the end of the first quarter. So these changes are going to take effect in the second quarter. And the fiscal year, I know here in California, ends June the 30th. So with all of these changes, that means that they're using the second quarter as their adjustment time. So they're going to make some adjustments and give people a couple of weeks to get settled into the change, because we all know when layoffs come, they're going to have low office morale. There's going to be chit chat. And what is a PMP? My tablet. You said help me pass my PMP exam and increase my social media. Okay. And so I want to see what that is, a PMP. Project management professional certifications. Oh, okay. That's dope. And that's what it said to me. That's dope. Okay. So what kind of projects do you work on? Do you do real estate or interior decorating or furniture building or something like that? I mean, it really doesn't matter, but I'm just being curious, because organizing events and putting things together with it so that you can get to a flow of completion is pretty much basic. That a plan that you can use in different industries. When I say pretty much basic, like that. But yeah, it is pretty. That's the thing. Project management professional certs, and you use your dollhouse channel to do that. Mostly info tech and program management. Okay, so you're a craft geek too. That's what's up. Um, yeah, that's pretty dope. Congratulations, man. I love it when people are able to parlay their creativity into something that's beneficial for them, because I'm not here to beat people up with religion, but I do have my own particular belief system. And I believe everybody has a gift. I don't believe that we were created just empty. And so I do believe everybody has a gift. And when you get an opportunity to tap into your gift, which it all creates. Either you're creating something for that somebody can use, or you're creating a space for someone to express themselves, whether it's vocally or written, or you're creating an opportunity for somebody to either do something actively with their body or flex their mind. So we're always being creative. And I really try to push that, because without it, I would die. If I didn't have a way to create and put something out into the world, I don't think I would really be able to um, find a purpose for living. So, you know, I work for the state. I work at one of the worst agencies that people want to deal with, and it is not easy. And just the everyday ho hum. So to have something to look forward to, um, but I'm in semi-retirement mode right now, and so I'm transitioning out of that as well. So that's really exciting, and that's why I'm like throwing myself into my Barbie doll collecting, because it allows me to be that Toys R Us kid. Um, because that's what I am. I'm a Toys R Us kid, you know. That's how my inner child is how I have been able to find my joy in life, so that I'm not stressed out by having to operate on the capitalistic market. Because when you get out there on the open market, it truly is a dog eats dog world. And there truly is no such thing as a free lunch. And there's a lot of politicking that we have to do. And it takes a lot out of it. Okay, you in Texas. Yeah, I work at the DMV, and it's just like I did work at the DMV, and it was absolutely crazy. And it helped me make my decision to leave California and go back home, because I lived here when I was a little girl when my parents came out here, and it's just not the same. It really did. I left as an adult, and then I came back, and it just isn't the same. But before I leave, I am going to go down to the Mattel store and do some Barbie shopping. And you know what I don't like? I don't like the Barbie accessories. Um, I wish that they had made them a little bit better. Some of the retro accessories I find are like way better than the new ones that they have out. But I don't want to just ramble on and on. I think I hit the key points. I wrote some little notes, and so I hit the key points I wanted to talk about, you know, in regards to doll collectors are stalking Mattel, and they're going to cater to us more. So I think that we're going to have some good things to look forward to coming this fall when they come out with the holiday specials. I think they're going to surprise us and add some other things as well. I know some of those things just don't make any sense. Like this little, you know, the little plants they always throw in there. I'm like, you guys can do something a little bit better than this. Like, yeah. Like we're at home making plants way better than that. Like we're going to the dollar store and we're putting together plants that are way better than that. So, you know, like, yeah. But Barbie's came a long way. Barbie has came a long way, and she is still worth all of the fun. She's still worth all of the excitement. Like I said, the Barbie tour sports tour bus is going to be here at Fashion Fair this Saturday, and so my girl Tammy is going with me, and so me and Tam Bam um, are going to be there checking everything out, grabbing a few items. And I know in Texas, you guys got that Barbie Cafe in Austin. And so if you haven't had a chance, I hope you get a chance to go through and check it out. With that being said, everybody have a great evening. Thank you guys for stopping by for my live. Thank you, Dollhouse, for engaging with me. That really helped settle me, my nerves and stuff, and made me feel a lot more comfortable because I'm a little camera shy. But once again, I thank everybody, and you have a great evening. Bye.